Hey Lily, I've got a group lunch thing coming up. I was wondering if you'd like to join us.
Oh, are you sure? I would love to join.
Of course! We all live in the same apartment building, so it's nice to get to know everyone.
I just moved and don't have any acquaintances yet, so I'd be happy to join.
By the way, you're a full-time housewife, right, Lily? You seem to be at home all day. Are you not working?
Actually, I work at home.
Like, working from home?
That's right. Well, I'm just helping my father, so I don't work all day.
So you're helping out. Is your father running a company?
Yes, he works in real estate.
I see. Then you and I must get along.
Huh?
I think you know what I mean. Our mom group is full of wealthy elites. Some are business owners, others are doctors or well paid salespeople working at big companies. By the way, my husband is a general manager at Honeywell.
Honeywell is quite a big player. Isn't it in the top two companies in the industry? That's amazing.
Right? From what I've heard, you seem quite wealthy. I'll add you to our group.
Well, thank you very much.
Well then, I look forward to talking to you at lunch then. A few days later. Hey, I need to confirm something. Is that alright?
What is it?
Excuse me for asking directly, but are you a high school dropout, Lily?
Yes, that's right. Is that a problem?
Really? In this day and age, there are still high school dropouts?
There's a reason why I became a high school dropout.
No. I don't want to hear any excuses. Is it because you didn't have enough money?
It's true. I had money troubles at the time.
I knew it. So you're living in this condo on borrowed money, right? How embarrassing.
I'm not borrowing any money. Please stop making assumptions. Sure, back then, I was having a tough time financially, but I'm not struggling now. In fact, I live quite a comfortable life.
Don't you feel ashamed for lying like that?
I think it's you who's making assumptions based on preconceived notions. Isn't it embarrassing for you, Avery, to judge people based on their educational backgrounds?
Because education is important, right? All the elites have college degrees.
Really? There are many rich people who only graduated from middle school or high school.
That's only a part of it. Besides, from the beginning, I've been suspicious of you, Lily.
What? Me? Did I do something wrong?
You always seem to wear plain and cheap clothes. The other day, I saw you and your family eating at the local dinner in the neighborhood. I thought it smelled like poor people. If you were rich, you would wear some designer clothes. I thought that would be normal. Isn't that the place where poor people get to eat?
Even people with money enjoy wearing casual clothes. And it's not good to assume that only poor people go to diners.
Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear your excuses.
Is that so? Then, should I stop associating with you then, Avery?
It's obvious. Why would I associate with someone poor?
I'm not poor, though.
But aren't you having trouble with daily necessities? If you'd like, I can give you some of my leftover ingredients.
No, I don't need it. I'm not struggling.
If you're not struggling, then why do you eat at the diner?
Well then, maybe I shouldn't be joining you at the next lunch meeting.
No way.
Huh, but you don't want anything to do with me, do you?
You promised to attend the lunch meeting, right? Keeping promises is important.
It seems like there are a lot of contradictions.
Let's just ignore the details. In any case, you must attend the lunch. If you don't come, I'll make sure to have your entire family evicted. The day of the lunch?
What was the intention behind what you just did? I came because you asked me to, but you kicked me out as soon as I got here. That's too much. My clothes are now dirty too.
Were you disappointed because he got sprayed with cola? Uneducated people are a nuisance to the group. This is where the elites gather. Dirty, low-class people like you should disappear.
You call yourself an elite even though you're behind in rent?
What? How do you know that?
Because I own this apartment building.
What? You're lying, right?
Why do you think so?
Because a high school dropout can't own an apartment building. Come on, tell a better lie.
If you think it's a lie, Then why don't you check the contract? I think my name is written there.
The contract is kept by my husband, so I don't know where it is. I don't want to go through the trouble of finding it.
Well, why don't you ask your husband where it is and take a look?
I don't want to do such a troublesome thing. I'm still in the middle of my lunch. Lunches without low-class people like you are the best. Because low-class people like you make the atmosphere unpleasant.
That's a terrible way to talk.
But it's the truth. What's wrong with speaking the truth?
Did you invite me here with the intention of embarrassing me in front of everyone?
I thought it would be good to expose the poor high school dropout.
So, shouting at everyone that an uneducated person has come, isn't that quite unnecessary?
Oh, did I hurt you?
No, I'm just stunned. I thought you were a classy person, but you are the complete opposite.
I don't want to be told off by a poor high school dropout. You don't have the right to look down on me.
I'm not trying to be condescending. So, back to my point. The rent you're behind on? When will you pay it? Next month will be the third month in arrears. And after 3 months, you can be evicted. You know that, right?
What? How do you know so much about...
I'm saying this because I'm the owner of this apartment building.
Really?
Yes, really. Even if I tell a lie like this, there's really no point, right?
So, it means that what you're telling me is true.
Yes, I swear to God, I'm not lying.
Lily, you recently moved here, right? Why did you never live here before? And as the owner, shouldn't you be living on the highest floor?
I lived near my parents' house before to help them out, but they got better physically. So I decided to take the plunge and move to this high rise. And the reason why we're not living on the top floor is because my husband has agoraphobia.
Oh, I see. But for a high school dropout to own an apartment building, isn't that a little strange?
I don't think it's strange. My father is also a high school dropout.
What? Doesn't your father run a real estate business?
Yes, you have a good memory.
After all, you're the president's daughter, so I invited you to be part of the group.
You're looking down on things from quite a high place, aren't you?
Well, I'm the head mom, so of course I'm the most important person.
Let's get back to the topic. I said I was helping my father, right? In fact, the company my father runs was passed down by my grandfather.
I see.
But when I was in high school, I started another business that failed, and I ended up in debt.
So, you were in financial trouble.
Yes. At the time, I couldn't even eat properly. It was hard, to be honest. I was often behind in paying school lunch fees, so I was sometimes harassed at school. Because of that, going to school was something I hated.
Is that why you dropped out?
Yes, I was tired of being around people. There was a part of me that said I just wanted to get into the real world as soon as possible. After graduating from middle school, my father taught me the ropes. I started working with him, and the company started to take off, and now we've grown to such a level that we own several condos.
Oh, other than the apartments here, do you own other properties?
Yes, it's not just condos. Besides apartments, rentals, etc., we also rent out commercial buildings to companies.
So you're actually a lot richer than I am?
Well, I think I'm more financially stable than you. Who's behind on rent payments?
So, as a fellow mom friend, can you lower the rent a bit? The rent I'm behind on? Can you lower it by half or something?
There's no way that's possible, right? Besides, it's not just you. I can't give special treatment to anyone.
Why? We're friends in the moms group, right? As friends, you can treat me a little more favorably, right?
Didn't you just soak me with a cola bottle? Do you really consider someone you'd do that to a friend?
I'm really sorry about what happened earlier. I didn't know this apartment was owned by you.
I don't think that matters. First of all, spraying someone with cola is just wrong. That's strange, I think.
I truly apologize. I will never do anything like that in the future.
Please don't do it. I've already sent the proof of payment papers, so I would appreciate if you could pay the rent as soon as possible.
Wait, do I really have to pay this amount?
That's what I'm saying, isn't it? You'll be evicted by force if you don't pay within 3 months. So I'm kindly asking you to take care of it promptly.
It's impossible, impossible. I don't have that kind of money.
Are you saying you don't have that kind of money even though you're an elite?
Actually, I overspent on other things, so it's looking difficult for me this month.
What did you spend your money on?
I can't say that.
So, does that mean you don't have the ability to pay? Is that right?
Yes, this is really unreasonable.
By the way, your husband, does he know that you haven't paid the rent?
No, he doesn't.
I guess that was the case. Your husband works at a good company. He doesn't seem like someone who would default on rent.
You're the owner of this building. Don't you have my husband's contact info?
Of course I do. I kept the contact information when you signed the contract.
Are you really intending to contact my husband?
Of course. If they weren't aware and were suddenly evicted, I would feel sorry for your husband and child.
Please, please don't call my husband.
Then, will you have the money by the due date? If you can't, that's okay. I'll call you as soon as I can.
Wait a minute. Lily! 1 hour later.
Avery, can I ask you something?
What?
Your husband says he gives you the rent money every month. What do you mean?
I didn't get any rent money.
Is that true? Your husband says he gives you more every month. So where did the money go?
I don't care. I had used it for something else, and now it's gone.
Is it because you spent it all at a gentleman's club?
What?
Avery, for quite a while now, you've been addicted to gentlemen's clubs, right?
How do you know?
I heard it from the other mom friends. And I heard that your favorite performer is Jack, right?
Going to a gentleman's club is a personal choice. It doesn't mean that I'm cheating.
I'm not blaming you for going to a gentleman's club. I just wanted to know the reason why you're behind on rent payments.
Actually, I was using the rent my husband gave me for other purposes.
So that's it, huh? You've been using the rent money at the gentlemen's clubs? So does that mean you don't have any savings left?
It's obvious. I put it all in for him. I even have some debts.
Your husband doesn't know about this, right?
Of course not. I even borrowed $25,000. If this gets out, he'd want an instant divorce.
You borrow that much?
Yeah.
If you have debts, shouldn't you stop going to these gentlemen's clubs?
I hate this. He's my secret comfort. I can't live without him.
You're going to cause all this trouble for your family to go out with someone at a gentleman's club. What are you doing?
You don't understand the charm of someone like that, so you can say something like that. Hey, why don't you join me next time?
No, I won't go. I'm not interested in talking about that right now.
About the rent, right. Like I said earlier, I also have debts, and it seems difficult for me to pay the rent.
I would be in trouble if I can't get the payments. We can't just let you live there for free.
Then, would you be willing to pay for me instead?
What?
Of course, I will pay you back as soon as I have the money.
Don't say silly things. There's no way I can lend you that much money.
But you have a lot of property, right? So you should have the money to spare. We're mom friends. Can you help me? From now on, I'll make sure to treat you like the most important person among the mom friends.
I don't need you to do that for me. I won't be happy with that.
But you were lonely because you didn't have any friends, right? If you're with me, you don't have to worry about being lonely.
I'd rather be alone than associate with someone crazy like you.
What? You don't like me?
Isn't it obvious? You don't have any connection to me. Yet you call me poor. You even sprayed me with cola. Who wants to associate with a person like that?
That's...
Anyway, I'd like to share the exchange we just had with your husband.
No. I can't have that happen. Please don't tell my husband that I've been going to gentlemen's clubs. I kept it a secret from him. Please, I'm asking you, Lily. 1 hour later. It seems like you told my husband everything. Not just about the gentleman's club, but also about treating you like a poor person and splashing you with coke. My husband doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
I told him because I couldn't stay silent. I had to report it to him. What did your husband say?
He said he doesn't want to see my face anymore. And for a while, he's going to take my son to live at his parents' house.
It can't be helped, can it?
You didn't have to go this far.
But you brought it all upon yourself, didn't you? At least for now, I'm glad I'm able to collect the overdue rent.
Wow, I just got a message from my mother-in-law. She's telling me to divorce her son. She can't leave her grandchildren with me?
It seems like it's becoming a big deal.
What should I do? Hell, at this rate, I'm really going to get a divorce. My mother-in-law is quite strict. Once she says something, she won't listen. My husband trusts his mother a lot, so he will definitely follow what she says for sure.
I too would think that someone who secretly goes to gentlemen's clubs and gets into debt should have all ties cut off with.
What? Can you help me?
How could I help? It's wrong for you to ask me for help.
Of course, I explained the situation to all the other mom friends in our messaging group. I thought they would reach out to help me, but no one has responded yet. It seems like they've read my messages, but...
That's right. Everyone seems to be fed up with you, Avery.
Is that so?
Avery, just like you did with me, you made fun of people's educational background. You called the single moms poor. You've excluded others from the mom group. You think that you're superior and all you do is act haughty to the other moms. They took it, but I don't think they deserved it. I was also not pleased with you judging and treating me as though I was poor without any reason.
I'm really sorry about that.
That's enough.
Please, I just want you to not abandon me. If I get a divorce, I'll have to leave this apartment, and that's the only thing I don't want. Living in this apartment has been a dream of mine forever.
If you can't afford the rent, you're welcome to stay.
If I don't end up getting divorced, I can live a peaceful life like before. Please try to help me convince my husband together.
I don't want to do such a troublesome thing. It's a marital issue, and whether or not to divorce is between you two to discuss.
But I'm not sure I can convince my husband on my own.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know what's going to happen. Divorce or no divorce, I'm going to refrain from associating with you. I don't think I should message you either, so I'm going to block you.
Wait, please don't block me.
Well then, goodbye.
Afterwards,
in the end, Avery ended up divorcing her husband. It seems custody was given to her husband, who had more financial power. Avery had to leave the high-rise tower that she had always dreamed of. After the divorce, she was living in a run-down apartment. She was barely getting by in life, it seems. Her ex-husband, considering childcare, decided to live with the children at his parents' house. For the sake of the children's future, they cut all ties with Avery early on. It's probably for the better. I don't want to be like Avery, who only sees a book by its cover. I want to be careful about becoming a narrow-minded person like her.